Hi, welcome to Africa in Perspective. My name is Nelda and I make videos about Africa from Mondays to Fridays. Today I'm trying something very different. My channel is very young, so I told myself for the next 100 videos, I'm just going to be trying random things and seeing what resonates with people as long as I get the message of Africa across to as many people as possible. So today I'm going to be doing my makeup while I talk about topics that I thought were interesting that popped up throughout the continent this week. And I am just going to dive straight into it. I'm going to take off my glasses. It's going to be such a jump scare, so prepare yourself. Not too much of a jump scare. The only thing is, I can't see myself in the camera screen. So if I have a booger up my nose, if I have something in my eyes, just let me know in the comment section. That's all you can do for now. Anyways, so I'm gonna start with my foundation. I got this from a drugstore. It's called Astra, if that helps. By the way, a majority of the people who watch me are guys. So hi. I have my mirror with me as well. And so the first news that caught my attention this week, I'm going to be doing my makeup very fast because I want to keep the video very short and I also want to cover important things. But the first news that caught my attention this week was Museveni, who is the president of Uganda. And Museveni is 80 years old and he's running for president again. He has been in power since my mom was born. He has been in power for a very long time, that's all I know. I think it's over 30 years now, and he's still holding on to power. Now, recently, him and his wife came to apologize to the people. I know I look crazy, but I can't even see myself, but I can already see from the blur that I look crazy. But anyways, the people of Uganda, he came to apologize to them. Him and his wife were on a stage, they put on a show, they were reading a letter, and then he's running for presidency again. I don't even know where to start with this because how do you even justify running for presidency again after you have been president in a country for almost 30 years? The country still, of course, every country has developed, including Uganda, but Uganda's potential is way beyond where Uganda is right now. And I think Uganda could easily be one of the wealthiest countries in the continent. I mean, it's so green. And they have Lake Victoria, they have mountains as well. They have great resources, like most African countries, really. But I think their potential is not being utilized purely because of their leadership. So he should not be running for presidency. And I actually think it's not just a matter of running for presidency, but every democratic country should actually just say, even if our terms are, for example, in Tanzania, you can only have 2 terms for 10 years. So you get 5 years and then 5 years. But we should stop people from running altogether after your 10 years have passed because something needs to be done about this. The guy just changed the constitution and then now he's going to be in power until he dies. Also, speaking of which, I think there should be a limit to the age you should be at when you're running. And I personally think it should be like 65. Because if 65 is the age of retirement to work for companies, why shouldn't it be the age of retirement to work for a country? Right? Do you call what I'm saying? Exactly. Anyways, so that's one news. English is not my first language, is it? It's actually not. Anyways, powder. This is my powder. Also it's actually from Super and it looks very dusty, musty, crusty, but yes. Anyways, so the other news that caught my attention was there is a child. Yes, a child, 18 years old. No, he's not an adult, but he's from South Sudan and he was not elected. I'm trying to speak about something that I virtually know nothing about, the NBA. Somebody who's 18 years old from South Sudan but grew up in Uganda has been picked in the NBA. And it's a big deal because he was the 10th pick, and that is the highest pick from NBA Academy Africa, which I think is really impressive because I was reading a little bit about his story and he didn't grow up in like lavish lifestyles or going to like fancy schmancy basketball school like other people. He got this opportunity purely because he was tall and they saw potential in him and he actually lived up his potential. So I'm very happy for him and I think it's a good opportunity to showcase African talent because we don't have like NBA Africa. I mean NBA is the American National Basketball Association. But we should have like something for every country in Africa where you just we own our own talent and we also celebrate them, which is why I think we have lost a lot of talent from the continent. Academically, like I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I'm very close to one. But I'm not in Tanzania right now because Tanzania is not going to value my academic talent in the same way. Like, was it Mbappe's father who was saying that he wanted to take Mbappe to like football? I don't know where he was from, but he's somewhere in West Africa, and he said he was trying to get him but he was trying to get Mbappe into like a football academy thingy, and they were still asking him for bribes. And now Mbappe is playing for France. So that being said, I think Wow, English is not my second. It's not my first language. It's not. I think this is a lesson that African leaders should be learning, in the sense that if you do not value us when we are home, we're gonna go where we're appreciated. Go where you're valued, not where you're tolerated. So I'm happy for the kid. But I don't know. I keep calling him kid. I'm happy for. I have his name somewhere here if I can see. Kaman Maluak. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but I'm so happy for him, and I know he's just gonna do absolutely great. Now I'm speaking like I'm his mom or something, but I think this is a good opportunity for the continent. Doing my blush. My blush is probably the most expensive thing I have here. It's the blush from Elf Cosmetics. Should I be a beauty influencer? Anyways, the next story that caught my attention is actually a very sad story from South Africa, and it's a mom, and the dad actually. I hope it doesn't look as pink on the camera as it looks at me. But a mom and a dad who basically trafficked their child to a witch doctor. A South African mother and her partner received life sentences for trafficking her 6-year-old daughter to a traditional healer for body parts. Ugh, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I don't know how people can do this, especially as a mom. This is why, okay, this is going to offend a lot of people, but I'm not pro-abortion, but I'm also not against abortion, because to me, it's not my body, it's not my business. But on the other hand, for me, it's like some people, the things that people do to their kids, sometimes I'm just like, it would have been better if you never just had that child. Which is why I'm not for forcing. I think I have enough blush on my face. I don't need any more. I'm not pro forcing people to become parents, because when you do force people to become parents, or when people become parents out of circumstance, this is what happens. This woman went and trafficked a child to a witch doctor. Can you imagine? Can you imagine coming to this earth, you're excited to be a human being, and then your mom is like, no, not today. So honestly, I think that's really sad. And I did a video about gender-based violence as well. And South Africa was, of course, in the list of the leading countries in terms of gender-based violence. And it's so sad because there's so many traditions in African societies that definitely are more harmful towards the women compared to the men. So like female genital mutilation, early marriages, like marrying a 9-year-old is crazy work, and some people still do it in their traditions. Or the fact that polygamy is a thing and not polyandry. Like people are like, oh, we can have multiple women. Like a man can handle multiple women, but a woman can't handle multiple men. First of all, you're crazy. And second of all, what? Like these kinds of traditions are very, very stupid. It's the same thing with like albinos. Oh, I said it the Swahili way, didn't I? Albinos. In Tanzania, there was a time when people used to, if you're an albino, you were not safe in Tanzania. They would take you to the witch doctor and sell you body parts, because people believed in like some sort of magic in albino body parts, which I've never really understood. But to each their own, to each their very own. So this mom trafficked her child. The child is gone, and sad story. But I hope this highlights that this is a bigger issue in the continent, that we're still thinking very, very backwards. Because now, whatever she wanted from the witch doctor is definitely not what she got, unless she wanted to go to jail, which she's not going to go to jail. But I hope she is going to jail for life. And oh my god, I'm already looking kind of cute. Anyways, found her. And this is what I want to use. It looks really fancy schmancy, but trust me, it's not. Oh my god. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm going to, if it opens up, I will be applying my, oh, there we go. So, look at all that. Look at all that. The other news I want to talk about is a news. Oh, why do I keep saying it's a news? It's not a news. It's. Oh, my English teacher from primary school is going to be so disappointed. Anyways, it's. Oh my god, peep that. It's news from Kenya, and I did a video about this, which I'll also link. But it's about Albert Ojwang, who was a journalist, and he passed away. He was killed by the police. And since then, basically, he exposed a police officer for doing a bunch of crap and giving bribes, and then he was sent to jail. They killed him in jail, basically. And people have been protesting, and the protests, I should just speak in Swahili, and the protests have been growing and growing and growing. And I think one of the things is a lot of people have died in the protests. It's quite serious news. I apologize for my light-hearted talk, but I think what I love about the protests, even though a lot of people have died, is that Kenyans will not let anything slide. And I love that. Kenya is not one of the richest countries in Africa by accident. Those people go to work for what they want. And I wish some countries, I'm not going to name countries, but I wish some countries, perhaps Kenya's neighboring countries, would be that active. Is that a vein on my eyelid? Do you guys see that? I'm not winking at you, by the way. Anyways, I wish some countries would put that much effort, because I promise I'm better than me. I am better than makeup, but I'm also better at makeup than what you're seeing today. But I wish some countries in Africa were also, some other African countries were also as active as Kenyans are, because they it is really sad to see the lives that some people are living in Africa, and knowing that only if they could fight. And I'm not gonna name names, but there's a country, I'm not gonna say what country it is, but there's a country that, like, their leaders are telling these people that, oh my gosh, we're a peaceful country, let's not revolt in the streets, let's settle things in a peaceful way. Even when we fought for independence, we fought for it in a peaceful way. Guys, peace is not just the absence of war. You cannot tell me you have peace when you don't know if your electricity is gonna stay on. You don't know that. You can't tell me that you have peace if your women, when they're pregnant, they don't know if they're going to be able to give birth on a nice, comfortable bed. You can't tell me there is peace when you're not sure if you can speak freely about your own country and not be sent to jail. You can't tell me you have, what's that? You can sorry. You can't tell me you have peace in that context. So I wish more people would. I wish they would. I wish more people in Africa actually revolted. And I'm not calling for violence. I'm not. Please, please don't send me to jail. I'm just a girl. But I wish more Africans were like, let's go for it. Like, let's go get it. Because that would actually solve a lot of our problems. This idea of like, oh my gosh, let's maintain the peace. Whose peace are you maintaining? Anyways, I'm going in with, is this Rimmel London? Some people pronounce it as Rimmel. I think I pronounce it as Rimmel. And it's called Scandalize. Anyways, so those are my 2 cents. I think I'm gonna end the video very, very shortly. Do you know that girl from, is it TikTok, who did that? She was trying to do her. She's like a little girl. What's that? She did that and then she was like, oh, I promise I am better at makeup than this, but I'm not gonna do that to myself. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna do in terms of my eyes. And then I'm gonna do my mascara. And then I'm gonna put Vaseline on my lips because I absolutely cannot be bothered. Found her. My mascara is actually, is it not from Primark? I think it is. If you're hearing the wind outside, it's very windy today. So I'm gonna go in with this, and hopefully you found this video to be entertaining. I don't want my channel to be boring. And if you've made it this far, why are you obsessed with me? Sorry. No, you're not obsessed with me. I really appreciate it. But also, subscribe, like, comment, share. I'm very close to 300 actually. I think I'm like 52 people away from, I think I'm 52 people away from 300 subs. So, bloop, bloop. Oh my gosh, purr. Look at that. Okay. Makeup makes me feel so good sometimes. Anyways, that's the video for today. I hope you found this to be insightful. And I don't know, am I going to do another video like this? It will depend entirely on how this video does. My goal, like I said in the beginning, is to get this message to as many people as possible. I think I'm going to do a plain black lip. I used to think the girls who did this were being, I thought this was going to be one of my easiest videos, but clearly it's not. Oh, this is like a liner. But yeah, I want to do a video about African women's beauty standards, because I did a video about wigs. I'll also link it somewhere here. And my eyes look crazy. Absolutely crazy. Not like, oh my god, you're crazy. Not like, ugh. Nurse. So, and then, oh, this is something my mom got me. It's a lip. I wonder what this is. It's a lipstick. My mom got it for me. She said the color looks really good on me. So if y'all don't like it, I don't think I care. But I kind of do. Please subscribe. But yeah, this is such a fun video. I actually had fun. I need one last thing because I don't do my eyebrows because I'm trying to stay au natural. But I'm going to brush. I know this brush looks crazy, but trust me, it's just for my eyebrows. And that's all it's for. Now it feels like I'm revealing this makeup to myself. Am I ready? Let me see. Oh my gosh, purr! Wait, why do I look kind of cute? Is that 19 minutes of recording? Okay, I need to stop. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was insightful, and you'll see me in the next video. Bye.